and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Tea Time with Distinguished. I'm your host, Distinguished. We are here sitting with the one and only Descendent. This brother is phenomenal. This brother has great content out right now. I'm talking photos, I'm talking music, and he also has a message. He has a lot of substance, so I want you guys to definitely support and be on the lookout for him. So Descendant, ladies and gentlemen, Descendant.
Peace. How y'all doing out there?
So Descendant, you came to me technically as a referral almost. You kind of heard about the show or somebody directed you to
it was on social media.
Really?
Okay. I can't remember. It was on Twitter or Facebook.
Really? So you saw a post or
we were doing the interviews, and submit, and I just sent my information in.
Well, I appreciate social media for working in my favor. Normally I get it wrong, but you got it right.
Nah, it's all good.
We got a brother here looking good too. Know what I mean?
It, man.
He got the good blazer on. He taking care of his face.
I had to come correct.
You know what I mean?
I had to come correct.
And he got the fro out. You already know what it's about. You know what it's about. So, Descendant, tell the people about who you are, where you come from, and what brings you here on the platform in terms of what it is that you'll be discussing today with your music.
Well, first, my name is Descendant once again. I'm from Newport News, Virginia. Went to school, HBCU, called St. Augustine's University. I've been in New York for 2 years now.
Okay.
I've been doing music since I was about 9, and I took it very seriously at the age of 15. And the funny thing about that is I got booed the first time I rapped, but it encouraged me to go even harder than before.
Right.
So ever since then, I've been doing music from Virginia to North Carolina. Now I'm here in New York, and I've been here for 2 years. So I'm just trying to spread the message and get my message to the biggest platform I can be on without having to compromise myself.
So with that being said, what exactly is your definition of the biggest platform in terms of what you have to say? Because there's many different platforms, outlets, but what exactly are you trying to get to the level where you feel like, all right, this is the biggest platform? People are literally understanding what my message is.
Whereas it's not necessarily a company or an exact stage.
Right.
It's more of letting people around the world know that who look like me and you that don't feed into the stereotypes and don't feed into the negativity that has been force fed into your mind. Okay. Psychologically, even in the music industry. Right. I just want to be that shining light and that reminder that you could be whoever you want to be if you put your mind to it, and don't look at your surroundings as this will be your outcome and this is your only chance to make it to become who you're destined to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that being said, my brother, I want you to give us a crash course. Boom. Me and Bree in the whip, we chilling, you know what I mean? Right. We talk about tea time, and boom, your record comes on. When your record comes on, what are we feeling when we hear a record from you?
I would say you're feeling different things depending on what record you're listening to.
So we're listening to a record that's giving us this vibe, this black Bobby Seale, UBP Newton vibe.
Oh wow!
What is that record doing for us?
A conversation.
Okay,
it's something
conversation. Okay,
that sparks dialogue. Yo, I heard this. What do you think about this? And it makes you want to reevaluate what you're doing with your life as far as motivation. Not on some I'm judging you.
Right.
But depending on where you're at in your life. Okay. So it's really deep thought and actually motivating to do something about that thought that you had.
Right. So you said you went to school in Virginia.
No, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay, North Carolina. And you grew up
in Newport News, Virginia.
Okay, so tell us about what it was like growing up and what that process was leading up to hip hop, because I'm pretty sure there's many different directions you could have went where you was at, you know what I mean? But you actually chose this, and you chose this to empower yourself and then eventually empower others.
Well, if it wasn't for hip hop, I could have been dead. Wow. Because hip hop gave me an avenue to express myself without always having to use violence. Okay. I'm from Newport News, Virginia, same area as Allen Iverson, Michael Vick.
Wow.
So it's a lot of it's a lot of violence, it's a lot of drugs, it's a lot of prostitution, it's a lot of just negativity that could lead you down to the wrong path and to a dead end. Okay. I grew up in a domestic violence household in the beginning of my life.
Wow.
So I thought, growing up in that type of household, I thought that was normal. I thought that happened in every household. Right. I thought this is what relationships are all about. Until my mom decided to finally move out of that situation, that's when I realized that it's this is not what it's supposed to be.
Right.
My father had sickle cell anemia. I have the trait. My sister has the trait, and she has 2 beautiful daughters, and they have the trait as well.
Wow.
So he passed away in 2004 from that disease. So that's just a little bit of background where I come from. Around the age of 9, where I started to write poetry, as far as what I'm seeing, what I was currently going through, how I was feeling, and it turned into raps and music. Because Tupac's my favorite rapper of like all times.
Dope.
So I finally found out that, you know, how he started the same way how I started was writing poetry, and it turned into rhymes and songs. So that's pretty much my journey into hip hop music. Then going back, like my peers, my uncles and my dad were listening to LL Cool J, Public Enemy, NWA, 2 Live Crew, like, you know, mid 80s, early 90s type stuff.
Right. That's a beautiful rundown of how you came to be who you are now. You definitely seem like you're a man. You're self-composed. You know yourself, and you know exactly what you want to do. You definitely give me an alpha male vibe too. Like, this is who I am. I'm gonna get it done with or without you, but I gotta do this for the greater good. So with that being said, when it comes down to the name, where did the name come from? It's a very distinct name, like a distinguished. But where did the name come from? It's definitely a powerful name.
Honestly, I didn't want any gimmicks with my name.
Right.
I was going to go with my birth name, my government
Right.
name, but I looked up my government name, which is Ira, for those who don't know. And I just searched online on Google to search what the meaning was. The first thing that came up was Village Watcher, and I was like, I can't call myself that, like an overseer. I'm like, that's not really good. Right. The second meaning in the sentence, the word descendant came up, and when I looked up what descendant means, lineage, as far as ancestors. Right. And that's why I feel like not only going back to Africa as far as our ancestors and me, us being here, talking right now.
Big facts.
But the ancestors as far as in hip-hop music and hip-hop culture, the people...
the pioneers.
The pioneers that I'm pretty much, you know, standing on their shoulders and able to speak to you today about hip-hop. You know, I met that in both lanes. So when I saw that, I was like, that's it. That's the name I'm going to go with.
So, you know, Sankofa, you know, Africa-themed things, being culturally driven, you know, with things hip-hop oriented, I guess you would consider yourself a person who you actually like to go back to know exactly, you know, what the people have done before you to actually move forward.
Exactly. I feel like without knowing that, you don't know where you're going. If you don't even respect the history enough to search and look, because a lot of things that I'm doing, somebody before me has already done. Right. And I can learn from their mistakes or their success as well to take it to another level. Right. So that's how I feel, you know, when the name Descendant. Like, I love searching back in history. Right. Because it brings me further for the next generation to pass the baton to as well. You know?
Okay. So, do you have any like upcoming shows, or have you performed somewhere where you felt like your message wasn't receptive, and how were you able to transcend to say, okay, well, I'm gonna switch it up, but I'm still not gonna compromise myself? You spoke about that earlier, how, you know, whether the platform is, you know, this stage, that stage, you're not really concerned about what it is. It's just about reaching the people.
Honestly, I've always had you're going to always have the people who do and the people who don't.
You can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody. My thing is, whether you like it or not, I'm gonna speak my mind.
Talk about it.
And if it's the truth, it's the truth.
Talk about it.
You can't debate the truth.
Can't dispute the truth at all.
So, like even with my last show, I was at the Bowery Electric in the city.
Yeah, we know about the Bowery. Shout out to the Bowery.
Shout out to Bowery Electric. It was great. I had Tuskegee Airmen shirt on, like representing Black history, and a lot of people, majority of the people really like my performance, but you can tell certain people are uncomfortable from the lyrics, or, you know, the things that I've said that make them, you know, ruffle a few feathers, which is good. Chuck D told me that you're not doing your job if you're not making people mad. If everywhere that you perform at, even in interviews, if you're always making people happy, comfortable, relaxed, you're not really doing your job.
Jewel.
You're not doing your job. You're pissing people off and you're making people angry because it's the truth and making them uncomfortable,
Right.
you're doing your job.
Right.
Whether they look like you or not.
Right.
It's not always about race. It's some black people that may not,
talk about it.
Uncomfortable.
Right. They getting uncomfortable right now.
Right. They
Watching
getting uncomfortable
this.
now. Right
Watching
now.
me
Sweating.
and you. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm still get my message out regardless. I'm not going to change it up. I'm not going to dumb it down to make you feel great about yourself. I'm not going to do that. But my next show is March 16th.
Okay.
At Much More's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. It's a benefit show actually.
Okay.
Supporting the arts in Kenya, Africa.
Really?
So the ticket sales. I'm donating one of my T-shirts, my Crown T-shirts, for the show as well.
Nice.
All the proceeds go towards helping Kenya support arts.
All the proceeds?
All the
100%?
ticket sales.
Wow. We definitely make sure you send us that flyer.
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. That's powerful. So
100%.
how did you get connected with that show? That's actually a dope thing.
It is about it's by Influence Hers.
Okay.
Study Abroad.
Okay.
And Sita, who is also hosting the event. They booked me. They like my message. They like, and of course I've done events with them before, community events with them before. They heard my music and they booked me and wanted me to do the show, and I was something that I love to do. So I can't wait. March 16th, which is Saturday, in Brooklyn. We're definitely going to have a good time and benefit show and make sure everyone is really the focus is supporting the arts in Kenya. So that's all.
That's dope. That's dope.
9 p.m.
That's dope. Wow. So again, if you guys can, definitely make sure you are at that show. I'm gonna send some representatives from this network in my place. I'm not gonna be able to make that, but I definitely want you guys to again stay connected and stay in tune with what Descendant has. So with that being said, Descendant, let the people know where they can find more music, where they can support the shirts.
Yes.
Well, actually, we didn't even talk about the shirt. So really quickly. So I was online literally a few days ago, and Descendant already knows that we've been in contact to get the interview going, and he had a shirt on. And like the way that the shirt hit me, I was like, I need that shirt. And I actually thought it was a shirt that he bought, but the brother said, no, that's him. Those are his shirts. So can you tell people what was on the shirt and what like the idea came from with the shirt? Because I thought it was dope.
Thank you. The shirt, I call them Crown, King, and Queen shirts. The one that the Distinguished is talking about is the King shirt. I had crossed out thug, pimp, and nigga and put King at the bottom because although all of our lineage may not trace back to kings and queens, that doesn't mean we shouldn't treat each other and ourselves like royalty, regardless. I'll call my fans crowns because, I treat them like royalty. They understand my message. I understand them.
Wow.
So it's like it's a
on
royal
something.
family.
Pay attention.
You know what I'm saying? So I even have queen shirts where it has crossed out, slut, bitch, hoe. Those are not...
Wow.
What we look at our black, especially our black women, women overall, but black women, they are not that. They're queens.
Right.
So I actually had like meetings upon meetings, phone conversations with friends from all religious backgrounds. Like, what do you think I want on a shirt? I don't want to offend you. I know, you represent me. I represent you.
Right.
Would you feel comfortable wearing that shirt? Would it be cool? And everyone was like, yo, I would wear it. Like, I would be cool with it. Because I want to make sure.
Definitely can't wait to got my shirt.
Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want it to offend, like, the people that I love, that I care about.
Right.
And the message, and making sure they get the message. And it was like, they got the message. It's fine. I said, okay, cool. And then I released the shirts.
Right.
So, I got it, the idea from my song. I have a song on my album, A Voice for the Voiceless. It's called Crown. At the end of the third verse, I said, I'm not a thug, I'm not a pimp, or a nigga, I'm a king. Crown. So I just thought of that idea and just put, as far as the ladies aspect on the shirt.
Right.
To start on the sleeve, you can see my logo, Descendent, on the sleeve as well.
Nice.
On the shirt, and they're called Crown, King, and Queen t-shirts.
Wow. Please let the people know where they can support that shirt and support everything you got going on.
You can support the t-shirt, and you can find me on my website, DescendantMC.com, social media platforms, Descendant MC as well. I have an album, once again, A Voice for the Voiceless, available on all streaming platforms and on iTunes. You can get that now. I have a music video called Hardcore, available on YouTube, and another short film for my first single, Be More. That is currently, we are over 28 1,000 views right now on YouTube.
Wow,
so I appreciate y'all's support out there.
Let's try to get that to 280,000, please. Thank you.
Oh yes, please.
Get
Yes,
support.
that's I like
Right,
that.
yeah.
Yes, definitely, and that's pretty much it.
Right. All right. Well, Descendant, I appreciate you. Thank you
Yes,
so much
thank
for
you.
rocking out on Tea Time with Distinguished. This has been another episode of Tea Time with Distinguished. This is actually the season finale of season 2, and I'm so glad we ended it off with the good brother Descendant Sankofa. You got to know where you're coming from to know where you're going. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, do remember to always sit wide.